should the Church handle issues of war?
Well, the Russian Orthodox Church has a popular practice of priests blessing weapons and missiles. However, this could change. The church there is moving forward with new guidelines that seeks to ban priests from blessing weapons of mass destruction and other large military hardware. It's being recommended that clergy bless the soldiers instead of the military equipment. Joining us on the line now is Russell Whiting from the Christian Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament for his thoughts on this. Good afternoon, Russell.
Hello.
How pleased are you by the news? I assume you're pleased.
It certainly represents a positive step forward that the clerics within the Russian Orthodox Church have put this proposal forward. We saw just in this country last month with the service at Westminster Abbey, which was seen by many as giving a blessing to nuclear weapons, just what a controversial step it is once clergy members and other Christian leaders get involved. Obviously, we want to make sure that all weapons are only used in a severe last resort, and we just don't think it's appropriate that clergy and clerics should be getting involved with blessing them.
And how happy are you with the idea of blessing soldiers?
I think we would want to see the detail of what those blessings would be. Obviously, we all pray for a safe return from soldiers when they go into battle, but we should be praying for safety on both sides. Often the soldiers, certainly in modern warfare, the soldiers are a lot more protected than the civilian populations. So I think we'd want to see more detail about what's being proposed there.
And surely the sacrifice that people make to protect us deserves some kind of blessing or prayer, some might say.
Definitely. I think we have to distinguish between honouring those who serve in our armed forces. And one of the best ways we can do that, actually, something that we're not doing enough at the moment, is looking after them properly once they finish that service. I certainly wouldn't have a problem with praying for people before they go, praying for God's protection and his blessing on them while they're in that time period. I'm not sure that I would be happy blessing their mission. That would depend on what the mission was, obviously. But really, when you're talking about the weapons, we have to remember certainly weapons of mass destruction, nuclear weapons that we're focused on particularly would kill millions and millions of people if they were ever used. And I just don't see how anyone could want to pray a blessing over something that would not only do that, but would also completely change creation as we know it.
And in Russia, where this is happening among the Orthodox Church, it's actually, quite controversial. It's not that everyone agrees with this and wants to adopt it. How surprised are you at that? It seems like something that would never happen here among the Church of England or established churches in this country.
Well, I think the Church of England has been involved with blessing warships and submarines in the past before they've gone off to sea for the first time. So it is something that has happened here. But I think, as with all issues of war and peace, the Christian community is divided between those who hold a just war theory and those who hold a more pacifist theory of understanding. I think where we come from to start is that nuclear weapons and other weapons of mass destruction should not be blessed and should not be tolerated. And Jesus' teaching that we are to be peacemakers and live peacefully with one another should be our primary understanding and our primary objective.
Russell Whiting, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your time on the News Hour this afternoon. That was Russell from the Christian Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, responding to this news that the Russian Orthodox Church may stop blessing the equipment, the military equipment, and start blessing the soldiers instead.